Assalamu alaikum. I think the first one is tackling the racism in Muslim schools. You know, this is it's a very funny issue of dealing with racism in Muslim school and all these things. I have never been to Muslim school. I was a student at Darul Zakaria. And I experienced racism firsthand. I mean, we had those teachers from India. You know, when you would come and read, you could see the hatred that he has. You know, as soon as you come read, he takes the stick. And you could see he's ready to whip you, you know, and all these things. Unfortunately, you know, some of us were good at our game. So there was no reason to touch. We were never touched, but other students you could see. Actually, so much so that when a black student comes and read, they will write notes for one another. I saw this myself. Write notes for one another. This is what you see. Now, in Muslim schools as well, these are the reports we're getting about the racism treatment. Again, we have to, as a community of black Muslims, come together. I think now we are in a better situation to solve any problem that faces our people because we are a unit. There's a case study in place. The brothers from Tonechula did a sterling work when a racism case was reported for us and was tackled head on with the school. That is why I said we need to start creating a group. I don't know whether the Muslim schools are willing to engage us or not, but we need to start creating a group. And in that group, we look for specialists in diversity management. The teachers in Muslim schools must be taught in diversity management. How do you deal with children from different backgrounds? What statements to avoid? What statement to avoid? And this has not been done. I remember once I suggested it, but it was around deal with it because you find that many of the teachers are the graduates themselves of the same school. So their whole life has been, you know, within that community. From grade 0, you are in that community. University, they keep together. Come back again, you teach them how to expect those people to understand somebody else from a different race. So I'm saying we need to start creating this group to come and deal with such issues. But again, for me, I don't want to keep on putting waters and waters and waters. The sister said maybe the white schools are better. I don't know. I find them to be the same. White and this thing. I remember, perhaps, we had this debate for long. It carried on for days. Who's more racist between whites and Indians? It was a huge debate, you know. I was saying Indians are more racist. Others say whites are more racist and all these things. We don't want to risk our children being the victim of racism because it destroys them. So again, my solution is let's build our own schools so that we're not going to have this problem again. Let's start now. Let's build our own schools. I'm tired of engaging people. I remember at one stage the brother saying, let's go toy. We said, why must we keep on toying, waste our energy every day? Let's build our own schools. We'll meet somewhere, inshallah, like Brother Lekona said. We'll meet somewhere on a table and we'll discuss working together and all these things. But in an interim, I said, let's engage Association of Muslim Schools. Let's engage those schools that we have identified because there are some of them who arrogantly refused when we had some racism cases. But let's engage them. We have South African Human Rights Commission. We have a whole lot of this thing. Brother Adin Chabaleng is here from Transform RSA. We can bring fire. We are more armed than we were before now. If they want fire, we can bring it. More than that. Right. How can we help the parents? I said one thing again. Our community. If you are a black Muslim, you must know that you belong to the bigger community. Because most of us are the only Muslims at home. Where is your hope? Your hope is in your community that is in the masjid. Hajj. The masjid need to be the center of activity. If these learners attend Muslim schools, your nearest masjid needs to be there. But also we need to teach our people that these things of going to this institution individual, that's why I spoke of partnership. These things of going to sons of one by one, going to the school one, doesn't work. If we forge partnership, we work on a communal level. We identify learners, we put measures to protect those learners and support those learners. We send them to school. Let them be there. If there's a problem, as a collective, we deal with it. But the problem, our people don't want to listen. We're telling them all the time. You know, you go there alone and you talk, and when you have a problem, now we must come back and put the fire. We said, you have leadership in your constituency, go through them. Go through them. And unfortunately, even our Indian brothers, they like this thing. You know, they like this thing of picking this one out and taking this one. We all like to be celebrated, you know, if you are being looked at and this thing. But the issue is that we need to start working within the structures in our community. If you have a constituency, use it. If there is no such a plan and there's a leadership in your community, you have all right to demand it from them. This is what I've been saying with our people, that in Gauteng, we have created structures. But I feel that our people are not engaging us in issues of development. They are not engaging us in issues of development. The only thing when they come have is issues to do with helping personal, you know, those small financial issues, which we can't. But nobody has ever said that, what are you doing to send the children to school? We were given space in Sons of Sīdī, I don't know how many, 30, 40 students, 50. We couldn't even get 20. But they say, these are black Muslims who talk too much. When we give them, nobody. So I'm saying, let's work as a collective. Let's work together as a collective to solve our problem. Use your leadership, let them go in the front. So when we have this partnership with Muslim schools, then we're in a better place to solve these problems. You don't go there without us knowing. When things are bad, you want us to come back and solve it again. We don't know what agreement you had with those people. We will come anyway. I'm not saying we're not going to come. But it's better for us to avoid unnecessary problems and all this thing. We can use our energy on something else. It's not good for us going for meeting. I remember when that case in Tswane came. See, they had to go for meetings and he's working. Meetings and meetings and meetings. It's too much for us. I don't have a problem working hard to building our society, not putting out fires every time. You know, it's very difficult. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, just before we start, I just wanted to make a comment on what Sīdī Zaid said over here, is that we will integrate so long as our identity is not compromised, and that's it. We cannot integrate and then we have to assimilate and copy another person's way of doing things. Okay, so please, brothers, can you please keep it to one question? It's dhuhr time, inshallah, so can we keep it to one question and let's be brief, inshallah. Thank you.